As we begin our exploration into the world of succubi, we are immediately drawn into the haunting allure of these enigmatic female demons. Throughout history, succubi have been depicted as mesmerizing temptresses, their beauty crafted to ensnare the hearts and minds of men. They lurk in the shadows during the twilight hours, a chilling reminder of the dark forces that reside beyond the veil of our waking lives. The origins of these seductive spirits are steeped in mystery, and much of what we know comes from the influential writings of the Malleus Maleficarum. In this pivotal text, the German monks outlined not just the mechanics of witchcraft, but also the mechanisms through which these demons infiltrate human desires, leaving a trail of ruin in their wake. The succubi operate in a realm where sensuality meets vulnerability, exploiting the fragility of human nature. They tap into deep-seated desires and fantasies, drawing men into a world where pleasure is intertwined with peril. Imagine a restless man drifting into sleep, only to be awakened by a figure of exquisite beauty. This encounter is no mere dream. It is a vivid interaction with a demon that seeks to pull him away from virtue and into sin. The implications of such interactions extend beyond carnal desires. They possess the power to corrupt souls, creating dark disciples capable of perpetuating evil in the world. Here we must ponder, how is it that these alluring figures are both feared and desired? The answer lies in their role as symbols of temptation and the age-old struggles between spirit and flesh that resonate throughout human history. Succubi have maintained their grip on folklore and mythology over the centuries, continually reshaping their narrative as society evolves. They are not merely figments of imagination. They represent the tensions between desire and morality, drawing a fine line between passion and destruction. While the Malleus Maleficarum provides a robust framework for understanding these demons, the stories that circulate about them often reflect cultural anxieties surrounding femininity, sexuality, and the power dynamics between men and women. As we unravel the intricate layers of the succubus legend, we begin not only to comprehend their origins, but also to recognize their lasting significance as archetypes in our collective consciousness, cautioning us against the seductive spells that can lead to moral downfall. In this section, we turn our attention to the Malleus Maleficarum, a critical document that profoundly influenced the witch hunts of the early modern period. Written in 1486 by two German monks, this treatise on witchcraft served as a guide for identifying and prosecuting alleged witches. However, its impact extended far beyond its original purpose. The Malleus Maleficarum painted a picture of witchcraft that was intricately tied to societal fears surrounding women and their sexuality. By framing women as more susceptible to temptation than men, the text not only justified the persecution of countless individuals, but also perpetuated misogynistic attitudes that have echoed throughout history. It provided a chilling affirmation of the notion that evil could take the form of beautiful women, leading to a growing belief in the demonic presence of succubi. The conflation of succubi with broader societal anxieties is strikingly evident in the text's depiction of female demons as both seducers and harbingers of sin. As women were often viewed as temptresses, the Malleus Maleficarum capitalized on this stereotype, suggesting that succubi were among the most dangerous manifestations of wickedness. By framing women's sexuality as inherently corruptive, the text not only justified the witch hunts, but also enforced a rigid binary of morality, where women were seen as either virtuous or sinful. This sensationalism fed into a cultural narrative that vilified female desire, casting suspicion on women and their choices. As we look deeper into the influence of this work, we begin to understand how it has shaped perceptions of femininity, intertwining the fear of the unknown with punishable behaviors. Moreover, the Malleus Maleficarum can be viewed as a historical artifact that reveals the underlying power dynamics of its time. By painting witches, particularly female ones, as conduits of demonic influence, it elevated the fear of succubi to a position of cultural prominence. The subsequent demonization of female sexuality in both religious and secular contexts served to reinforce the patriarchal structures that thrived on control and domination. This legacy persists today, where echoes of demonization continue to resonate within contemporary discussions about gender and sexuality. As we unpack the ways in which the Malleus Maleficarum shaped demonology and societal attitudes, we find that the fearful fascination with succubi reflects not just a historical narrative, but an ongoing dialogue about the complexities of power, desire, and the human experience. As we move forward, we come to an intriguing aspect of spiritual entities, the nature of angels and demons, which reveals a fascinating layer of understanding regarding their existence. Unlike human beings, these ethereal creatures are not bound by gender, embodying a genderless essence that transcends our mortal concepts of male and female. This fundamental truth is crucial for grasping the complex interactions between these beings and humanity. Angels, often depicted with male pronouns and portrayed predominantly as men in art and literature, are in truth beings of pure spirit, existing beyond any human binary. Their genderless existence invites us to reconsider what we think we know about these entities, particularly when we analyze the motivations of demons, including succubi who manipulate appearances for their own nefarious purposes. This leads us to the role of demons, who, in stark contrast to their angelic counterparts, adopt gendered forms to fulfill their dark agendas. While demons are inherently genderless, they often choose to manifest as either succubi or incubi, female or male appearances, when interacting with humans. This decision is not arbitrary. It is a calculated tactic designed to exploit human vulnerability and desire. By assuming these enticing forms, demons engage in seduction and manipulation, luring individuals into a web of sin and deception. It begs the question, why do these beings, who exist outside the constraints of gender, choose to embody these roles? The answer lies in their understanding of humanity's deepest fears and desires, which they exploit to achieve their goals. Examining the twisted motivations behind such manifestations opens up a deeper conversation about the nature of temptation and the duality of existence. The ability of succubi to embody beauty serves as a mirror reflecting our darkest yearnings, while also reinforcing age-old stereotypes surrounding gender and morality. This manipulation reveals a troubling undercurrent within the very foundation of demonology, as demons exploit societal norms and fears about sexuality and desire. By blurring the lines and appropriating human constructs such as gender, demons like succubi challenge our understanding of good and evil, leaving us to confront uncomfortable questions about the nature of attraction, moral choice, and the unseen forces at play in our lives. As we unpack these elements, it becomes clear that the spiritual realm is far more intricate and complex than mere binaries allow, pushing us to reconsider our ideas about gender, temptation, and the spiritual entities that walk among us. In this section, we unveil the sinister aims of succubi, their dark mission to corrupt souls and bring forth wicked offspring. Succubi operate by exploiting the vulnerabilities of their victims, drawing them into a dangerous realm where desire intertwines with deceit. When a succubus appears, she assumes a form that embodies beauty and allure, designed specifically to capture the attention of unsuspecting men. This seductive interaction is not mere mischief. Rather, it serves a corruptive purpose. By engaging in intimate encounters, the succubus lures her victim into sin, gradually undermining his moral compass and leading him down a path of destruction. Each encounter chips away at the essence of the person, replacing integrity with temptation and righteousness with depravity. At the heart of the succubus's agenda is the process of creating wicked offspring, a feat achieved through a calculated scheme that requires the clawing of innocent souls. After seducing a man and taking his seed, the succubus then transmits this essence to another demon who manifests as an incubus. This incubus seeks to impregnate a woman, thereby bringing a child into the world that is tainted from its very conception. this unsettling cycle emphasizes the depth of the succubus's malevolence. Her actions do not just harm the individual, but also extend to future generations, potentially producing dark disciples, children who might grow to perpetuate evil, embodying the very sins from which they originated. The implications of such corruption stretch far beyond one shrouded night. They resonate throughout society, contributing to a larger narrative of moral decay. As we explore the mechanics of this dark artistry, it becomes evident that encounters with succubi go beyond temporary temptation. They are harbingers of spiritual corruption that leave profound scars on their victims. The emotional and psychological toll inflicted by these seductive beings can manifest as feelings of guilt, shame, and despair, ultimately leading to a disconnection from one's true self. The allure of succubi may seem enchanting at first, with their promises of pleasure and fulfillment, but the reality reveals a corrosive impact that poisons the soul. Such encounters highlight a universal warning, reminding us of the perils of unchecked desire and the unseen forces that manipulate human nature for their own malicious ends. Thus, we come to realize that the true artistry of the succubi lies not just in seduction, but in their profound capacity to weave a web of sin and suffering, all for the sake of their dark purpose. As we journey into the hierarchy of demons, we uncover a complex structure that influences the methods and objectives of these malevolent beings. At the top of this infernal hierarchy are those demons who once held high ranks as angels before their fall from grace. This former divine nobility often manifests in their ambitions and the sophisticated nature of their malevolence. Unlike succubi, who operate with base tactics of seduction and deception, many higher-ranking demons take a more calculated approach, preferring to manipulate events from behind the scenes rather than engage directly with their victims. This disdain for the more pedestrian methods employed by succubi reveals the intricate dynamics at play in the realm of darkness, where power and status directly influence the behavior of these entities. The ambition of these higher-ranking demons is a force to be reckoned with, as it often drives their schemes toward grander and more elaborate goals. While succubi are grounded in seduction and corruption, their more powerful counterparts may orchestrate widespread chaos, seeking to influence entire societies rather than focus solely on individual souls. This ambition stems not only from a desire for dominance, but also from a lingering sense of superiority derived from their angelic past. They look upon lower-ranked demons, including succubi, with a mix of contempt and fascination, acknowledging their necessary role in the demonic ecosystem, while still feeling above such trivial pursuits. It's a dynamic reminiscent of a feudal system, where class and rank dictate the strategies employed in the eternal struggle between good and evil. Moreover, this hierarchy fosters a competitive environment where demons continuously seek to elevate their status within the infernal ranks. Lower-ranking demons strive to prove their worth, often emulating the tactics used by succubi as they attempt to gain favor or recognition from higher powers. In this realm, failure to achieve these ambitions can lead to a demon being relegated to lower statuses, which is a fate worse than oblivion in their eyes. The interweaving of ambition, former glory, and disdain shapes not only individual demons, but also collective behavior within the hierarchy. Each demon, regardless of rank, plays a vital role in the intricate web of darkness, reinforcing the notion that malevolence is not merely an instinctual drive, but a calculated endeavor rooted in the legacy of their celestial origins. As we examine this hierarchy, we come to understand that the world of demons is as nuanced and stratified as our own, with power dynamics that shape their dark influence on humanity. In our concluding section, we enter the murky realm of how succubi select their targets and the celestial timing of their nocturnal visits. The methodical nature of these demons cannot be overstated. Their choices are not random, but instead calculated with a dark precision. Succubi are known to prefer men who exhibit certain vulnerabilities, those who may be struggling with loneliness, desire, or moral conflicts. These demons sense weakness, honing in on those whose defenses can easily be eroded. This predatory aspect raises unsettling questions about how our internal struggles can open doors to external malevolent forces. But succubi don't rely solely on the emotional state of their prey. They are also keenly aware of cosmic cycles that enhance their chances of success. Astrological insights add another layer to the succubus's hunting abilities. It is said that these demons operate on nights when celestial bodies align in ways that amplify dark energies, making the atmosphere ripe for chaos and temptation. As the stars twinkle overhead, offering a deceptive sense of tranquility, succubi are preparing to act. During these opportune times, they can create confusion and entrap their victims more effectively. The alignment of stars can serve as a signal, not just for the succubi, but also as a harbinger of the struggles that their targets will face. The thunderous storms of passion, temptation, and moral ambiguity swirl together under the stars, showcasing the intricate dance between the cosmos and the human condition. As we reflect on the deeply ingrained fears surrounding succubi, a lingering sense of unease permeates the air. This entire exploration raises challenging questions about the nature of evil and temptation. Are we as individuals often our own worst enemies? Do we bear responsibility for the vulnerabilities that succubi exploit? The mythical lore surrounding these seductive demons highlights the darker corners of our psyche, where desires and fears intermingle to create fertile ground for malevolence.